Hey, good morning, guys, gals, aliens, and degen freaks. Welcome back to the channel. We are on a morning walk. Hope you guys are doing well on this fine Tuesday. And I was just having some thoughts about a conversation I had with my wife recently, but then also something that I've been really pondering on a lot lately, and it's how do I want to allocate my time in this life and what to put my energy into, what is worth my time, and also how to balance all of those things to live ultimately a good life. And one of the questions that has been coming up in that conversation has been, do you make more money to keep up with the expenses that you end up having in this life, or do you lower the expenses but then still make more money? So I think the thing that I've been pondering is that, well, what do you value the most in this life, and what do you cherish the most? And for me, it's my family, and it's my time with my family that I cherish the most. So if I want more time with my family, I have to have less things that I have to pay for, because if you have all these expenses, that means you have to work more. It means you might have to spend more time away from your family to pay for all these expenses. And so naturally, to have that freedom to spend more time with your family, you have to have money. You have to make money. So it's this interesting conundrum that you can actually get yourself into, where you really do have to calculate in and dial in a system of how you actually want to figure that equation out for yourself, you know? That's what I need to be doing. I need to be running. Instead, I'm sitting here blabbing to my phone. But yeah, so that is kind of what I'm figuring out right now, is that balance, and working more, but working smarter, not harder. Finding ways to bring in income that doesn't require me to be away from my family all the time. And then at the same time, lowering the expenses, so then I can actually invest more in the markets, obviously the crypto markets, and that gives me and my family a better hedge in the future to actually spend more time with each other, because we have thought about the allocation of our time and our money and how much we're spending on expenses thoroughly, and analyzed it instead of just letting it control you. And so that's what I think is what ultimately is the problem that people have, is they feel like they have no control over their life, and that everything is just happening to them, and it's just feels like you're on this roller coaster that you didn't want to get on, and it's just going crazy. And so I think what you have to do is you have to have a plan and a strategy, and actually think about these things. Think about what you value the most. Think about how you want to use your time and how you want to make money, where you want to put that money. And I think you'll start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll start to feel a little bit more grounded in your life and feel like you have a little bit of control over your life. Because I think for me, the moments where I feel the most like out of whack and crazy, or I start to feel erratic and, you know, just don't feel right or feel good, is when I feel like I've just lost control and I'm just kind of like letting life just throw me around. And I just feel like I didn't have a plan or a strategy or a routine, something to keep you on track. And I even notice it with, you know, with kids, like, you know, with my own daughter, if she doesn't have a schedule or like a plan, a routine, it's just like chaos. It's just like a sheer utter chaos. And she's a sweetheart. She's amazing. But at the same time, if she doesn't have something to help guide her, like her wild, big energy, it'll just destroy everything. And I feel like that's kind of like with me, I'll just destroy myself in the battle of trying to get control over your life. So if you've been in that same type of mentality, or you've feel yourself like losing control, well, it's time that you actually like sit down, write things down, have a plan, have a strategy, figure out where you're hitting these snags and how you can make them better. Because this is what I'm doing right now, and I think it's perfect timing to be doing this right before things start getting real crazy in the crypto markets. And that's what we've talked about. You know, we have this election coming up in 2 months. We got this whole month of September, October, and it's happening November 5th. And my prediction is that we actually have a massive rally into the election in October. In September, after we get the rate cuts, we might even get a little bit of a pump off of that. So, but besides that, I think right now is the perfect time to start transitioning into the best version of yourself. Because why, if not now, when you have a higher version of yourself, that once you start to have these epiphanies, once you start to have an actual plan and strategy, that higher self comes closer and closer and closer. And you could actually speak to that person. And when you speak to that person, instead of the person that's lower down below you with that anxiety and fear, then you start to have a clear message and a clear path of where you want to go. So, with that being said, guys, I'll see you actually later today on the live stream, 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've been doing these live streams. It's crazy. When I looked at how many live streams I did in August, we did 25 live streams. It's a lot of live streams. We definitely want to post more short form video content. Guys, let me know if you would like to see more just like short form video content, because we've really been grinding on the live streams, testing out to see how it builds up the community, see how many people are actually tuning in when it's like the popular times, like we've said recently in March, January, February, March, like people were a little bit more interested in crypto. People were watching more videos, investing, and now it's just like tanked. Like no one really gives a rip, but that's why we're here. That's why we're here. That's why we have a channel. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. Make sure you click on the link, and we'll see you there. Peace.